Solitude. Got a question. How you feel if, or what you think life would be like if there was no sun? If there was no sun, life would be a total mess. I wouldn't even be able to speak to y'all probably right now. I wouldn't even be able to talk right now. Realize that it just made me feel so much better when the sun is out. I could be having a bullshit ass day, and I just go outside and the sun just hit me, like the sun rays and shit. It just all of a sudden like start to hit me, and I'll just start feeling better. I'm not even gonna lie, like without the sun, or when the sun isn't shining, it makes the world, or it makes the day sad to me. It makes life boring because it seems like there's no light. It seems like there's not no type of energy being produced to create growth. Not only that, I feel without the sun, more crazy shit will happen. So you gotta think about it. Sun creates light. Light create people to see. So if there's no sun, you can't see. If you can't see, it's gonna create anger within you because you're not really aware of what's really going on. As far as, let's say, if it's dark, you can only see to the bare minimum of what your eyes present you. So when it's nighttime, or if it's dark, or if there's no sunlight, you can best believe that some form of negativity or bad energy will be produced because of the source being, you know, because of the sunlight not actually, the sunlight wouldn't be providing any good sources of energy. Everything is based upon energy. You know, we are able to walk because we have energy. Hey, how you doing, man? So I realized that the more you think, the more you could possibly overthink. But the more that you think, the more that you start getting the answers. And the more that you start to get the answers, the more you start to be aware. And the more you start to be aware, the more you can see that people aren't aware as much as you are. So then you realize, oh shit, I gotta protect how I think because if I don't, somebody could possibly understand my thoughts and then learn how to, you know, jeopardize or learn how to control basically how I think. Because you gotta realize we think the same, but then we don't think the same. We understand, but then we don't understand. We don't realize why we do things, but then sometimes we do realize why we do it. So I'm sitting here saying to myself, why do people do things they know they're not supposed to do? Why do we do things that we know we're not supposed to do? Because we don't know why we actually doing it. Or if you know why you doing it, understand that there's more to everything that we think we know. There is no stopping point at learning. There's no stopping point at understanding. There's no stopping point at realizing that everything is information. Everything runs off energy. Information is energy. You obtain certain information, you'll receive certain energies that would allow you to move different. And I just don't understand how people know that they should be doing the right thing, but decides to do the opposite and think that they're going to receive the right thing. I was just speaking to myself earlier and I was saying basically how when I made the video about getting a job, I was just speaking to myself and I said, it's crazy because you you realize that when you work and you receive a paycheck, or better yet, to simplify it, when you work, you basically are working for free. If you're not working for free, you're working damn near for you're whatever you think you're getting paid an hour, you're not getting paid that an hour. Whatever you think you're bringing home, you're really not bringing it home. Because when you add it up and you deduct, first off, they're going to take theirs from the jump, from the jizzum. They're going to take theirs before you even see yours. Boom. Psh. So they done already deduct from what you originally was supposed to be getting. So they done deduct that. And then, not only did they deduct that, you gonna have to do some deductions once you receive your check. So 9 times out of 10, most people have it to where they either, well, I would say I would speak kind of like for the black community because I can speak based on myself and I know I'm not the only one that has done this. So when I'm receiving a check or when I'm about to receive something or if I gotta pay something off or whatever, I'd have to align that data with or around the time that I basically get paid. So then once I do that, I realize, boom, damn, each and every time I get paid, I gotta pay for something. I gotta pay bills. Then you realize once you pay bills, you're barely left with something. So now you tell your mind, I gotta save this. 9 times out of 10, it's hard as fuck. Why? Because we got money. Each and every day you're gonna spend something. Just about you're gonna spend something. Unless you that good with money and you could tell me that you've saved up since you started work until now, boom, you saved up, ain't even touch it. Then something's telling me somebody is helping you do something. As far as maybe it could have been your parents. You got somebody helping you provide for you. So I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about for someone that got to do this shit on their own type shit. So you realize that you basically work. Then when you work, you receive a check. When you receive a check, that check is used to pay off bills. And you realize you pay all your bills with the check, you're barely left with anything. So that they already have it programmed and customized to where you basically working to keep the cycle going. And the cycle will be giving them back the money. How do you give it back to them? Well, you gotta realize each and every each and every place just about requires for you to pay taxes on products. So then you realize not only am I paying for a product, but I'm low key paying the government for what I want. So the government takes money before they give you the check, plus already have it calculated into which they're still going to be getting money from you even when you work or even when you make money. So you realize that the money that you work for, you really not working for any money. You're working to pay them bills off. So then when you realize you're working to pay them bills off, you realize that you basically are working to create more and more stress. Because you realize too that, and then you gotta just look at everything that comes with it. So if you drive, not only you gotta pay your bills for a house, you gotta pay for your fucking car insurance. Then let's say something go wrong with your car because you've been driving it to work so much, you gotta worry about spending money to get your car fixed. It's just a repeated cycle of you dishing out money from basically you dishing out your check back out to the same people, or you dishing it back out, or you dishing the money out after you just work a hard ass 80 hours or how many other hours. You dishing that money right back out to go rework again, to dish it right back out, to go rework again, to dish it back out. So you realize, or I'm gonna say, I realize, damn, this shit seemed like slavery to me. This seemed like a futurized, or this seems like slavery is still going on. It's just a higher form of slavery. It's not slavery like how back then. See, that's what they tell you. That's what they want to do. They want you to know that. They want you to think that slavery was gone such and such years ago. And then when you realize it, and you add it up too, think about how slavery was X amount of years ago. They weren't getting paid money, or I don't recall any slaves making money. What I recall is slaves having shelter, food, and water, and their work that they need to do in order to keep having shelter, food, and water. And not only that, being that you would have been a slave, someone bought you. So, one, you're considered as product. So you can't make money. You can't make money and have it for yourself, especially if you're a slave. So if I can't make money and have it for myself as a slave, how is that possible? Well, you gotta think. You gotta think and it basically just recapitalizes on what I just said previously. Having a job in this day and age would basically, or working for someone else, would basically indicate that you're a slave. Not only that, it's basically indicating that you are only, or the slave masters is only allowing you to be able to pay for certain things at the bare minimum, because they can hardly give a fuck if you don't have a house, you don't have the, they don't care. They want their money. So think about it. They pay you just enough for, and they notice they pay you just enough so you can come back and keep doing it. Or you make sacrifices and you realize the sacrifices that you make, you really didn't want to do. Especially being that you're still putting yourself in the same position you don't want to do. So, at the end of the day, everything you're trying to do comes with a consequence, good or bad. If you work, know that the consequences, or that the things that you do at work comes with consequences. I just have to tell myself I could never see myself anymore working for another human being, working for another company. I just can't do it because the shit when I do that, it fucks with my mental. I feel like I give 120% and I'm still gonna be getting paid bare minimum to what I feel I should be getting paid. You can't tell me that's not slaving. I'm never doing that shit again. I don't give a fuck who I don't give a fuck if you don't like me for it or not, or you like me or you don't like me. I don't give a fuck about it, because at the end of the day, the shit that I say that will paint the picture out for you, you're gonna try to deny that picture. And at the end of the day, I can't make you believe me. That's what we've been doing too much in this world. Getting information from other people and then deciding to just believe it because it sounds like he's telling me the truth. No. Do this shit for yourself. Look up look up when did slavery end? Look up all the shit that'll tell you about slavery, and I guarantee you it's gonna seem like the shit's still going on. And don't second guess yourself because the shit's still going on. Yeah, they try to hide it and all of that. Don't second guess yourself. The shit is still going on. I just made it up in my mind when I really realized that, damn, this shit make hella sense. I can't deny this shit. Cause if I deny it, this shit ain't gonna do nothing but pop right back up in my face. And I'm gonna keep denying it, keep denying it. Something just tell me, nah, bruh. That shit, bruh, you gotta be a dumbass motherfucker if you deny this picture that you can clearly see. You gotta be dumb as fuck if you can't see it. Some of us can see it, but we still deny the fact that that's not what it is. How can you tell me this isn't what it is if you and I both can paint the picture and I know it, but then you're denying it? That something's telling me something ain't, somebody ain't getting something. At the end of the day, I know it ain't me, so I ain't gonna worry about me. So, at the end of the day, I started it out with saying, what would life be like without the sun? Or what would it be? What would it be like if we didn't have the sun, right? Shit would be way worse than what's going on now. Shit would be way worse than what's going on now. So, as much as you can, try to get out in that sun because that's what you really need. Get up, get out, walk. You can drive, but what would you? You're not gaining nothing from driving, really. You're taking the easy way to someplace. There's no easy routes here. There's no easy routes here. Everything is designed to trap, keep you trapped. You gotta know how to not trap yourself up, or you gotta know how to spot out a trap and understand that you ain't trying to get trapped in that shit. So I realized me having a job is a trap, and I ain't getting trapped in that shit no more. I guarantee you, my levels of success is gonna continue to grow. Just because I don't have a job is gonna still grow. And I guarantee you, for those that see me grow within this shit without having a job, you're gonna wonder how is that so? And this is why I'm making the videos. So that way y'all can see that something ain't right. I need to do my research and see what is it that isn't right. And then you're gonna realize all the shit that we think it is right is not right, period. This whole time the shit that we've been thinking was right, that shit was killing us. And still is killing us. I ain't afraid to admit it. But at the end of the day, I just challenge everybody. Look up some shit you never knew. And I guarantee you, you'll be your best teacher if you know how to teach yourself. If you know how to teach yourself how to do shit, and you feel like you can show somebody what you taught yourself, guarantee you. So, every day is a test, every day is a learning experience. Love you.